Hello, my name is Nationalist, and in this video I'll be showing our strategy for the 10-man normal mode Alakir, the second and final boss in the Throne of the Four Winds. At the beginning of Phase 1, we've all spread out radially. There's a chain lightning type effect that's going to deal more damage the more targets it hits. So we've just spread out all around the boss. There it is right there. As you can see, he's dropping an ice patch. It's probably bad to stand in that, but it's not the worst thing in the world, as you're about to see. He'll cast this wind burst. It's going to knock everyone back. If you're not close enough to him, you're going to get knocked off the edge, which is bad for you. It'll take several seconds for you to float back up. And then we've just seen that I avoided a line of tornadoes by running in ice, which is okay. You don't want to ever get hit by tornadoes. They will pick you up and carry you along their path and deal a bunch of damage, and it's just bad news for everybody involved. When the boss hits 80%, he's going to shift to a new phase. He'll stop doing the wind burst knockback, he'll stop dropping the ice on the floor, and we're actually all going to group up. That should be right about now. This phase, tornadoes spawn more frequently. You again want to be vigilant not to hit them. It is important to note as a caster that Alakir, if you're standing on the inner part of the platform and you cast a spell, he might put a static shock debuff on you that's going to interrupt your spells and deal some damage to you. It's just all around bad news. So phase 2, he's got the more tornadoes as I said, and then he spawns these Stormling ads. The Stormling ads will AoE anyone around them, so we take them off to the side. What we're doing here is saving up a couple, 2, 3 of them, because when each one dies, they're going to put a debuff on the boss that stacks and increases his damage taken by 10%. That debuff lasts for 20 seconds, and the Stormlings spawn on about a 20-second timer, so we like to give ourselves a buffer just by holding off on killing those first couple, so that if one should spawn far away or something goes wrong, we're not going to drop our stacks of feedback from the boss. Throughout phase 2, he hits the entire raid with an acid rain, deals increasing amounts of nature damage. At first it ticks for like 500. You can see now it's ticking for 3,000. This works as a soften rage if you don't have enough DPS to kill him quickly enough, or if you're not managing your feedback stacks well, then eventually the acid rain will become unhealable. So yeah, this is phase 2. We're just healing through stuff. Healing rain beats acid rain any day, it looks like. You get about 4 or 5 stacks of feedback. We'll go ahead and blow Bloodlust. You can see the tank taking a laser right there. It's an electrocute. Whenever Alakir's aggro target is out of melee range, he will instead channel that electrocute spell on them. Deals quite a bit of damage, and he will keep casting it on them until they die or are back in melee range. This is why it's very, very bad for your tank to get knocked off the edge in phase 1. If that happens, it's most likely a raid wipe. At 30%, he's going to transition into a new phase where we swim around in the air like Kael'thas, and what we'll want to do is just fly up to the very top until it won't let us fly up anymore and be a little bit spread out. Here it is. We're going up. What'll happen is that we all want to be on the same level, on some invisible horizontal plane with each other, because he's going to pick a random target and put a storm cloud on the level where they are, that stratum, if you will. After a few seconds, that storm cloud will become very nasty with the lightning all arcing around and just not very friendly. You don't want to be in it when that happens. So if you're all on the same level, all you have to do when the cloud appears is move down a little bit. He's going to put a random debuff, lightning rod, on some raid member. They'll deal nature damage to themselves and people around them, so they'll want to spread out far enough that they aren't blowing people up, but not so far that they can't be healed. He does this knockback, which also sends you down a little bit. It deals some damage. It's not too bad. And then finally, if you are too close or too far away, he will spin you around in this cyclone at the very outside and you can't do shit while you're in that, but you take some damage, so it's probably bad. I do it here in a second. That's all there is to this fight. I hope you've enjoyed our video, and if you're interested in Apocalypse, you can check out our website. It's in the video information below this movie. Or if you have any questions, feel free to post a comment. Good luck and have fun.